Goldstone here, and today I'm here to share my perspective on the Scaven in Warhammer 3. Back in Warhammer 2, the Scaven ranked as my third most favorite race to play. However, in Warhammer 3 they've lost some of their luster. Much of this shift can be attributed to the altered way you gain food in Warhammer 3, where it has been lowered from fighting smaller scaled battles. In Warhammer 2, food was in abundance due to how many battles you had to fight and how slowly you captured settlements. This meant that settlements could be upgraded to tier 5 constantly, and the Skaven's strength lied in early high tier armies and significant settlement bonuses. But now in Warhammer 3, the lessened restrictions on army numbers and the increased rate at which you gain settlements clash with the diminished food income, making it harder to field armies freely and have a much faster paced campaign. The old Scaven playstyle remains valid, but it feels like you're moving at a snail's pace. The silver lining is that Scaven melee infantry feel much better, shifting from mere cannon fodder whose only job was to die, to units that can hold their own in battle. This transformation hints at the potential for a different Skaven tactical approach in Warhammer 3, perhaps embracing the true Vermintide strategy to drown the world in endless waves of rats. However, one major hurdle in pursuing the Vermintide is the food upkeep stemming from settlements. The limits on post-battle food gains further complicate matters. Even though reducing food rewards for minor battles makes sense, I can't help but feel that it was a bit unwarranted. I propose a change in the mechanics, removing food upkeep from settlements and lifting the cap on food earned post-battle. Instead, settlements would require food for upgrading instead of having to grow, similar to Chaos Dwarfs in their use of raw materials to build up settlements. This alteration might rejuvenate the food economy, making it more manageable and enabling more armies to be fielded. Furthermore, reverting the inexpensive upkeep of Skaven slaves, reminiscent of the early days of Warhammer 2, could encourage their recruitment, as currently I find no reason to recruit them. Clan rats are double the cost in upkeep, but are much more effective in both holding the line and dealing damage, making them more cost effective in my view, especially in Quick's campaign, where they are both cheaper and deal more damage. My concerns about the Skaven experience in Warhammer 3 extends beyond the food mechanics to their underwhelming victory rewards. Ultimately, the core of Skaven's issues in Warhammer 3 seems to stem from sticking to the Warhammer 2 mindset rather than adapting to the new game's dynamics. This harkens back to the transition of Warhammer 1 factions into Warhammer 2, albeit to a lesser extent. While they're not as neglected as the unupdated Warhammer 1 races were, the Skaven's allure has indeed taken a hit in Warhammer 3. But these are just my opinions. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you find the Skaven as engaging in Warhammer 3 as you did in Warhammer 2? Or do you also sense a certain lackluster quality? If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and until next time.